No playoff success. That is the story of Lamar Jackson.
Once again, you got to the playoffs and can't win a damn playoff game.
The Tennessee Titans have absolutely stolen their soul.
What's the scariest thing for the Ravens? To get behind.
Lamar Jackson has really struggled in the playoffs when the games matter.
He's come up small in the big moment.
It's not the year of Lamar Jackson.
Change the narrative. That's it.
The Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson.
There it is. Wow.
Quarterback, Louisville.
Congratulations, my man. Well, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. You and me, we had this conversation, did we not? I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy for us. Man, you and I are going to talk tomorrow. We're going to sit down and have a long talk about you being great, all right?
I can see you a little bit upset, a little deterred, but guess what? I'm here. It's here. You're here.
I'm a Raven. I'm happy to be a Raven. It don't even matter.
Yesterday does not matter. You're looking forward to today.
I'm looking forward to being a Raven.
What are they getting?
Everything got him. They're going to get a Super Bowl out of me. I need that. I need that.
Lamar Jackson's journey as a quarterback is indeed a fascinating one. In this video, you will see a complete documentary of the rise from a talented young quarterback to an NFL star.
Zaire Ivory played with Jackson at Boynton Beach High School. He now helps coach the Tigers and still talks to Jackson nearly every day. Ask him about his favorite Lamar Jackson moment, and he can recall exactly when he knew Jackson was destined for stardom.
As soon as he did that step back, against Village Academy, and I just knew that he was something different. That's going to stick for the rest of his life. Everybody's going to see that from years and years on.
In a spring game against Village Academy, Ivory caught a glimpse of what the entire country is seeing now. Jackson, charging towards the end zone, stopped on a dime and casually walked in for the score. Little did he know that move would go viral and put him in the national spotlight.
Well, at Boynton Beach, all eyes on Lamar Jackson. He verbally committed to Louisville in August, and he's sticking to it, folks. Many thought he may be Gainesville-bound following a visit with the Gators over the weekend. So why did Lou Groza High School Player of the Year become a Cardinal? Because Mama said so.
How about your decision to come to the University of Louisville and recruiting in that? Was that a tough process?
Yes, it really was, because Florida was on me hard, and Mississippi State was calling me, so it was just down to, well, I wanted to leave Florida, actually. So it wasn't really, like, difficult for me as that with Florida, but with Mississippi State and Louisville, the hardest one.
What'd you like about Louisville?
I just like the atmosphere and, like, the fans, like, the bases here. It was crazy, so.
Do you have somebody in your life, a coach, a parent, maybe a teacher, somebody that has mentored you, that's really meant a lot to you?
My mom.
Talk about your mom a little bit.
She been with me with every step of the way, and like she constantly like beat it in my head. You got to do this right. You got to do this. Can't do nothing wrong. You got to be almost perfect. Well, not everyone's perfect, but she wanted me to be perfect like that.
Throughout his career, he has faced doubters and skeptics who questioned his ability to succeed as a quarterback at various levels of play, from high school to the NFL. However, he has surpassed those doubts and emerged as a unique and talented quarterback. Before his professional career, Jackson showcased his immense talent during his college years playing for the Louisville Cardinals. It was during his sophomore year that he achieved one of the most prestigious honors in college football by winning the Heisman. This accolade catapulted him into the national spotlight, and NFL teams took notice of his extraordinary abilities.
That's pretty cool. Just being, one of the best players in the country, man, it's an honor.
Jackson faced a significant amount of criticism and skepticism leading up to the NFL draft regarding his potential as a quarterback. Some critics suggested that he should consider switching positions and play as a wide receiver instead. This criticism was not only unwarranted, but also disrespectful to Jackson's talents, skills, and aspirations.
I have not seen a more electric player with the ball in his hands since Antonio Bryant. And he's going to run much faster, I think, than Antonio Bryant did. That said, if he chooses not to work out at receiver, wouldn't bother me because I've seen enough on the tape that tells me that he could do it. He's a superior elite athlete. Whether he will ever be a good enough passer to be a winning NFL quarterback, as everyone here says,
I would draft him in the second round. The big issue is going to be precise passing. Can he put the ball in the tight windows? Can he be the type of quarterback in the NFL you need to be? 57% career completion percentage for Lamar Jackson. Some looking at him because of his athleticism as a wide receiver. That could be something like Terrell Pryor when he starts out at quarterback and becomes a wideout. But initially, I think the team would draft him maybe second round. We'll look at him as a developmental quarterback.
What do you think of this past year? And it's promising, but To me, maybe later second, third round, where you're typically drafting guys that you think can start, but it can be really good backups and bring some versatility.
If you're the Cleveland Browns and Sam Darnold
is
not throwing at the combine.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't matter.
No, it does not to me. I don't think I've spent the last 3 days watching these quarterbacks, the big five, right? And I've really studied them, so I feel like I got them down. And no offense to Sam Darnold, he's a really good player and he's got a lot of playmaking ability, but there's no way he deserves to be the first pick of the draft or the fourth pick of the draft for my money.
Who does?
I think the best quarterback in the draft is Lamar Jackson from Louisville. I mean, I know you're looking at me. I didn't think I was going to be saying that 2-3 days ago when I started in on this. I didn't. I started watching. I went Josh Allen 1, Baker Mayfield 2. Then I watched Sam Darnold. I watched Josh Rosen. And then I watched Lamar Jackson. And I came away and I write notes. I got my notebook. I could show you everything I write. And I came away and I said, Lamar Jackson's the best quarterback in this draft for me. He's the only one that has no questions. The only question you have about him is, can he take the beating?
Former Boynton Beach star Lamar Jackson worked out for pro scouts today at Louisville's Pro Day. And with representatives from all 32 teams in attendance, the former Heisman Trophy winner making more headlines for what he didn't do than what he did do. Jackson did not run the 40-yard dash, once again sending a message to teams that he only wants to be viewed as a quarterback. As you may remember, he decided not to run it at the NFL Combine either. He did, however, throw the ball around, 59 times to be exact. And one man who knows plenty about Jackson's ability as a quarterback, his high school football coach, Rick Swain.
If you don't try to land him on your team, you will regret it in the future. He is the most dynamic quarterback that I've ever been around. He's tremendous. His accuracy is a lot better than they give him credit for. He's just a tremendous competitor, and he is a quarterback, and they can quit talking about wide receiver and slot and everything else. He's a quarterback.
With the 32nd pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson.
There it is.
Wow. Quarterback, Louisville.
Jackson goes from a Cardinal to a Raven. Baltimore actually traded back into the first round to get him with the final pick in the first round. He becomes the first ever quarterback from Palm Beach County to be selected in the first round. He's also the first player to go in the first round since Glade Central grad and Buffalo Bills wide receiver Kelvin Benjamin went 28th overall in 2014.
It was just an honor, just a Raven organization to believe in me, and all the team that passed me up it don't really matter at this point. I'm happy to be a Raven.
Those who chose quarterbacks, I think he will remember who didn't pick him. And, it's not a grudge thing, but it's kind of like all the great quarterbacks that have come through say, there's special wins that they have, against certain teams. So Lamar's such a competitor. He's going to do great.
Well, Ravens fans, I am now joined by the newest member of the Ravens flock, quarterback Lamar Jackson. First of all, congratulations. What was this night like for you?
It was pretty unreal for me. I got picked last, first round. It don't really matter to me. I'm just happy to be picked first round, and it's just an honor. From the coaches that believe in me, Mr. Ozzie believing in me. I'm just ready to go to Baltimore.
Jackson's rookie season in the NFL was a pivotal period in his career that showcased his potential and set the stage for his future success. Let's delve into some key aspects of his rookie campaign. Due to various factors, including Flacco's injury and the team's struggles, Jackson got his opportunity to start in Week 11. From the moment he stepped on the field, Jackson's electrifying athleticism and playmaking ability were on full display. He brought a dynamic element to the Ravens' offense with his speed, elusiveness, and ability to extend plays with his legs. Jackson's running ability added a new dimension to the team's ground game and posed significant challenges for opposing defense. While he made an immediate impact as a runner, there were questions about his passing skills. Critics doubted his ability to consistently make accurate throws and effectively lead the team through the air. However, as the season progressed, Jackson steadily improved his passing game, showing flashes of his potential as a dual-threat quarterback. Under Jackson's leadership, the Ravens closed out the regular season with a 6-1 record, securing a playoff berth. His ability to make big plays and control the game with his legs helped the team win critical matchups down the stretch. In his first playoff appearance against the Los Angeles Chargers, Jackson faced a formidable defense that had already seen him earlier in the season. Despite the Ravens' loss in that game, Jackson gained valuable experience and showed resilience in the face of adversity.
Crabtree is open. He's got it for a touchdown. Michael Crabtree from Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens get their first touchdown of the day. It's not done just. The shotgun, Lamar Jackson. Scrambling to the right, trying to extend the play. Along the sideline, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Michael Crabtree. Throw. Oh, the ball is stripped from him. Loose ball. Back at the 30-yard line.
This is a chance now to see this new offense that they've put together, and they've worked on it. It's really started getting installed in March. Everything through the lens of Lamar Jackson.
There are a lot of skeptics around the league about Lamar Jackson.
Hey, we here! Hell yeah! We here! Yeah. Jackson, play action, throws complete. Hollywood Brown has it at the 30, leg race to the end zone. They won't catch him. Touchdown, Ravens! His first NFL catch, and he showed off that laser speed right to the end zone.
I've been waiting since, OTAs. I didn't have him during OTAs. Got him like towards the end of camp. We didn't really have chemistry. Coach was like, some plays he didn't like because we weren't completing them. But today, I guess he liked the plays. We scored on him. He's fast.
Jackson wants to throw, has all day, going deep, down the middle of the field, looking for Hollywood Brown. He's got him! Dolphins 30, leg race 20, and he's gonna score! Hollywood Brown, his second touchdown on his second catch in the NFL.
Oh my God.
83 yards, and the Ravens are on fire.
Well, you want to talk about a way to start an NFL career. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns.
This is not an evolution. This, to John Harbaugh's words, is a revolution. Hello, Hollywood.
Oh, it felt good. Everything I've been through this offseason, just to be out there and be able to make plays and help the team win.
Offensive line did a great job. I barely had pressure. Receivers did a great job of getting open, catching the ball, scoring a touchdown. That's what it's all about, and that's what we did today.
Lamar Jackson, empty backfield in the shotgun. Looking to throw, has time, going deep down the middle. He's got Snead in the end zone. Touchdown! Willie Snead on the receiving end. And the Ravens 4 for 4 possessions and touchdowns.
This kid, he couldn't have started any better than this.
To our perfect quarterback, and everybody, it's a group effort, right? To our quarterback, Lamar Jackson. First victories are amazing things, and they mean a lot, and you never forget them.
Max.
Yeah.
Lamar. Did he prove he can be a better passer?
Absolutely, yes, and I have something to say about this. When I watched Lamar Jackson in college, I thought he doesn't look to me like a pro quarterback.
Okay.
And you have to realize when you say that about a quarterback, an African-American quarterback, the stereotype through the years.
Yep.
Now, just because you think you may be enlightened, right? Because you're not saying that about every quarterback, right? Who's black or white. For example, Deshaun Watson looked like he was going to be an excellent pro quarterback to me. Although even he went a little lower maybe than he should have been, and Trubisky went higher, right? Yeah. But just because you believe you're enlightened on a subject doesn't mean you can't be influenced by kind of negative stereotyping that has gone on through the years. Why is Lamar Jackson dismissed to the extent that he's been dismissed? So I talk a lot about Warren Sharp and Sharp Analytics, Stephen A., and he'd been running around all summer telling everyone, Lamar Jackson is a much, much better player than people realize. Here's the thing about Lamar, who lit it up.
Yeah.
Warren Sharp's point was they got to pass on first down because they load against the run, the defenses do. And when he passes on first down, he's highly successful. That's what they did yesterday a lot, right? And look how successful. Understand. So of all the, again, this is Warren Sharp's analytics, of all the quarterbacks, Stephen A., who've tempted 150 passes, right? So like actual guys who played at his age or younger, age 21, guys who include, the list includes Matthew Stafford, Drew Bledsoe, Alex Smith, who went 1 overall, Sam Darnold. He had the highest passer rating ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Of all rookie quarterbacks with 150-plus attempts, including Andrew Luck and Jared Goff, he had not only a higher passer rating, but more yards per attempt. In other words, when you compare apples to apples with Lamar Jackson, comparing him to every quarterback who ever played at the same age, he's been better in important areas than all of them. And yet there is an idea like he is real. He said not bad for a running back. He also has a great personality, by the way. They put him in a position to win, and he won. He absolutely demonstrated that he has the chance to be an all-world quarterback. Because of everyone who's ever played the position at his age, in many respects, he's better than them all. If that continues, so we need to see improvement, which we did week 1. What's to stop him from being a great quarterback?
I got to pump the brakes just a little bit. Remember when we last saw Lamar Jackson against a real NFL team? With 13 minutes left, with 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, this man had 3 completions and 25 yards passing. That's the last time, with 3 fumbles. That's the last time we saw Lamar Jackson against a real team.
The 2 hottest young quarterbacks in the NFL, showdown for a throwdown. Lamar Jackson versus Pat Mahomes for a 2nd year in a row. It'll be 2, and no hesitation from John Harbaugh to go for it.
It wasn't a field position game. It was a possession game. And making the most of each possession was what counted, and that's what we were attempting to do, and for the most part, we did a really good job of it.
Jackson takes the snap of the shotgun, looking to the end zone, pocket collapsing. He runs to his left, he tucks, he runs, he's to the 5, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Ravens. Give us to Ingram, straight up, big hole, touchdown, Ravens. Mark Ingram, and the Ravens strike first in Kansas City.
There you go, nice job. Good job.
Way to grind.
That's y'all, man. Y'all did that. Y'all did that.
Lamar Jackson chased from the pocket, running to his right. He'll tuck at the 10. He's at the 5. Sidesteps a man at the 3. Spins in. Touchdown, Lamar Jackson. An unbelievable athletic display. And the Ravens are now 1 score away from here in Seattle. It is a thick, overcast, gray day. The rain has been coming down hard, and the noise has started to build at CenturyLink Field as they line up for the opening kickoff. And we are underway in Seattle. So Lamar Jackson and the offense come out of the field. Jackson in the pistol formation, Ingram behind him. Fakes it to Ingram, rolls to the right, looking to the right, going deep. He wants Miles Boykin, 20-yard line. Boykin reaches up and makes the catch at the 14-yard line. Tremendous poise by the rookie as he got behind the coverage of Tedrick Thompson and makes a 50-yard gain on the reception. With a feeling of frustration after what was a great opening drive, but it stalls in the red zone. 25-yard. And you just get the sense that this game is going to come down to either Lamar Jackson making the play or Russell Wilson making the play. Ravens have struggled on 3rd down today, 2 of 7. Jackson with an empty backfield from the shotgun. Looking over the middle, has time, steps up, running to his right now, extending the play, slings it along the sideline. Caught. What a play by Lamar Jackson and Hayden Hurst. Give us the Gus Edwards, big hole up the middle, 35, 30, still on his feet, grinds his way down to the 32-yard line. And now the Ravens are looking at a 3rd and 15. Lamar Jackson out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff. Jackson weaves to the 15, still has the ball, spins at the 10, lunges forward to the 8-yard line. He'll be just shy of the 1st down. And the question now, whether they want to kick it or go for it on 4th and a short 2. It appears they're going to go for it because the offense is coming back on the field. High drama in Seattle. The 11th play of the drive coming up. It's 4th and a short 2. Jackson with Hurst in the backfield. Jackson takes a snap, runs to the right. He's got a seam. He's to the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens have taken the lead again. Great timeout, great decision, great execution, and the Ravens are back in front.
That's clutch. That's big boy. No little boy. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
Hey! Nice, great job. We got you.
Thanks for letting me know. You need that, Coach. Let's go.
Ravens are going to come out of this game knowing exactly where they stand, and if they can finish strong here in the fourth quarter, they stand among the really good teams in the NFL. A 30-yard run that gets the Ravens out of the bind and puts the stopgap on the crowd noise. Lamar Jackson does it again. First down, Ravens. And with 3:47 left to play, the Ravens make it a 2-score game.
Lamar Jackson's match against the New England Patriots in 2019 was highly anticipated as it pitted the young and dynamic quarterback against the legendary Tom Brady, who was widely regarded as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. The matchup generated significant buzz and served as a test for Jackson to prove himself against a formidable opponent. Throughout the match, Jackson exhibited his dual threat capabilities, both as a runner and a passer.
Jackson, there's no wide receiver who could do that in your practice on your scout team. There's no backup quarterback who could do it.
Tom Brady came into the NFL just 2 years after Lamar Jackson came onto the planet. 20 years later, they face each other for the first time. Expect a little bit of electricity.
Yeah, give him a chance, right?
Lamar Jackson takes the snap, rolls to the right. Now he retreats to the left. He's bottled up. He escapes. 15, 10. Jackson along the far sideline, steps out of bounds at the 5. Mr. Impossible escapes a vice grip and turns a sure loss of 5 or 6 into a gain of 12. Jackson wants to throw, fires back to the left. He's got Nick Boyle. Boyle turns the corner, and he's in for his first NFL touchdown. Nick Boyle finally finds the end zone and at just the right time. Lamar Jackson a chance to see if he can't spot the Ravens a lead. On 1st and 10 from the Ravens 25. Jackson off the play fake with time, going deep down the middle. He's got Hollywood at the 30-yard line, makes the catch and is taken down. Jackson keeps it, rolls right, throws complete, touchdown! Mark Andrews, and the Ravens put up 6 on the opening drive.
It's touchdown! Yes!
And the Ravens waste no time getting this one done. The opening drive, they cap it with a 2-yard touchdown.
Nice job! Nice job! Good drive! Nice job! Way to make it happen, 1-5. Way to make it happen.
Ravens offense has been hot early this season. Jackson wants to throw, steps up in the pocket, fires across the middle. He's got his man. That's Nick Boyle to 15, 10, Boyle to 5, lunges for the 1, and he's taken down just shy. Until you've seen Lamar Jackson in person, you just cannot fathom how athletic, how quick, his instincts, and his ability to take over a game. Jackson will keep it on the read option. He's got it at the 40, 35, spins at the 30. He's got room, 20. Lamar Jackson, 10, 5, touchdown Ravens! Lamar Jackson with the spin, the sprint, and the score.
And my mama told me last week when that boy got them plats in that head, it's over with.
You ain't all that.
You wait till you see this run.
We walked over it, we saw it.
Well, I know that about it. Then you saw the tail end of it. Hey, as I said, you felt the breeze go by. Boom, here it goes. He's like a Ferrari going back through there.
You know, most quarterbacks worry about stats. I'm about my team, coach. You get his stats. That's why you're a leader. That's why they love you. I love him too. That's why they love you. Yeah. That's why I love you too. I don't know, baby. I love, coach. I love the way you play too. Appreciate it. You just attack. All you do is attack. Play ball. That's all I know. Yep. I watch it. That's how it was. All my life. You know how many little kids in this country be wearing number 8 playing quarterback for the next 20 years? I can't wait to see it when I get older, but right now I got to get this. Right now, it's right. Let's get it. That's right. Start with 1.
The game has evolved so much, and Lamar Jackson is a poster child for how it's evolving. 10 years ago when I went to these quarterback camps, every quarterback kind of looked the same. They were tall, lanky, a little uncoordinated, not necessarily the best athlete on the field. About 5-6 years ago, we started noticing all of a sudden it was the biggest, baddest dude. It was the best athlete at the high school playing quarterback. And then Lamar Jackson was the best of the best athletes at high school. And what happened was it became cool to be the quarterback because not only could you throw it, but now these new offenses allowed you to run it. And these quarterback-driven runs are the great equalizer to these defenses that are also putting these monsters on defense to go hunt the quarterback. So you take Lamar Jackson, and he's the best of the best. He has a unique trait, which is twitch.
He can always account for one extra defender. Now you let him have a quarterback-driven run game and all the passing opportunities that come off of it, and it's nearly unstoppable. I watched Steve say the other night on NFL Countdown, he said once these kids learn how to pass the ball at a high level, they should be outlawed. And I don't disagree with him that you have not just Lamar Jackson, but you have Justin Fields of Ohio State, who's a 4'3" guy and 220 pounds and can throw the ball as well as anybody and can do the stuff Lamar Jackson's doing. You have Trevor Lawrence at Clemson, who's 6'6", and he's a 4'5" guy and throws it like an NFL quarterback, but it can also do these quarterback run-driven things. So the game has changed, and what the Ravens have done is they've completely bought into it. They've said, we're going to build our entire organization around this player, our entire offense around this player, and we're going to let him do what he does best. And when he does that, it's hard to defend, and it's going to take the league a year or two to fully adapt to it.
The offense will have the ball for a third time. Jackson with time, crossing pattern, passes complete to Roberts at the 35, bounces off a man at the 40 and stretches to the 42-yard line. Hayden Hurst goes in motion to the right. Jackson drops the ball, picks it back up, escapes up the middle. He's got room to run. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Jackson tumbles to the 2 and will be stopped at the 1-yard line. And he can't believe it, a 31-yard run. Jackson under center. He'll give it to Ingram, leaps up, breaks the plane, touchdown Ravens! And the Ravens answer the Rams' field goal with a third touchdown against a very athletic Rams defense that right now the Ravens have on their heels.
Nice shot, fellas. Come on, man. Big trust. Hey, big trust. God wins, baby. Hey, y'all the realest Mars in the league.
Lamar Jackson with 80 yards rushing in the first half. He has now rushed for more than 60 yards in an NFL record 8 straight games. Takes the snap, looks over the middle, fires, and it is caught. Touchdown, Willie Snead, and the Ravens with their 4th touchdown of the opening half.
0-0. 0-0.
And with traffic being what traffic is in Los Angeles, I would imagine a lot of these fans are going to head for the exits at the break. 4 possessions, 4 touchdown drives, and history continues to be rewritten as Lamar Jackson has just defied the odds and made believers everywhere he's gone. Facing a 3rd down and 8, Jackson wants to throw. Steps up in the pocket, fires across the middle, complete. Andrews has it, Rams 40, heading to the far sideline 30. And he slams his way down to the LA 24-yard line. Jackson takes the snap, looks over the middle, fires complete. Ingram in, touchdown, Mark Ingram. And the Ravens score a 5th touchdown on their 5th possession. And Mark Ingram breaking out the dance moves in the end zone.
This is the best we've ever seen. And I'm going to tell you why. And I am not a prisoner of the moment. You know, I've been saying this guy is next now for over a year, and I tell you why. Because he's redefining the position.
For week 13, between 2 of the NFL's heavyweights, the 9-2 Ravens, the 10-1 49ers. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens will have the ball. Jackson fakes the handoff, throws down the middle. He's got his big tight end. Mark Andrews reaches up and makes the touchdown catch. What an athletic move in the rain as Mark Andrews reaches back, holds onto the ball, and tumbles in for 6.
Let's go! Great job of looking it in and finishing the catch.
As soon as we went to the zone read fake, they all came down.
Yep. It's the Ravens with the top scoring offense, the 49ers with the top defense. Something's going to give today. And that's good for our Ravens' first down. Jackson will keep it. Bounces to the outside with a silky move as Lamar Jackson left one 49er player completely without his cleats. Now Jackson backs away, sets in the pistol, takes the snap, gives it, fakes it, keeps it, scores! Lamar Jackson, masterful with the ball skills, fools everyone, including me, and steps in for 6.
Good job. Way to run hard. Nice job, Marshall.
There are certain aspects of today's game that you almost feel like they should play this in black and white. It is old school, two great teams, bad weather, and they're going to have to win this up front on both sides of the line. Then they can manage the clock in such a way that the Niners never see the field again with their offense. 3rd down and inches. Jackson will keep it, running to the left, cuts it forward, knifes ahead. He's got the first down at the San Fran 28-yard line. The Ravens are going to let this one wind down before they bring Justin Tucker on to attempt the game-winning field goal. This will be the final play of regulation. 3 seconds left to play. Tied at 17. Justin Tucker on for a 49-yard field goal attempt from the left hash mark. Justin Tucker for the winner from 49 yards. Snap is good. Kick on the way. It is long enough. And the kick is good. The time has come off the clock. The hay's in the barn. Jackson keeps it. Dekes a man, gets inside the 30 and is tripped up at the 25-yard line. Oh, Lamar Jackson was bottled up in the backfield and just shook a Bills defender until he knocked him to the turf and the play fake. Jackson lopped down the middle. He's got Hayden Hurst wide open 40. Fields 30. Leg race 20. Hurst to the 10. 5. Touchdown Ravens. Hayden Hurst in for the score. And the Ravens open with the longest passing play of the day.
Lamar put an absolute dime on him and getting hit in the process, taking a big shot, still delivering an accurate pass.
Into a one-dimensional mode. Buffalo has done an exceptional job of limiting Lamar Jackson in the running game. 6 carries, 29 yards. Lamar Jackson keeps it on the read option, gets around the edge near side 45-40 and steps out of bounds. And that moves the chains, and that's what we've seen from the Ravens this year. Ravens in front 17-9, looking at a 2nd and goal from the 4. The card comes in motion to the left. Jackson takes the snap, rolls to the right, under pressure, throws back, complete, touchdown, Willie Snead! And the Ravens have opened up their lead. Ravens 24, Bills 9.
He's currently 1,258 rushing yards in his 16 career starts, which is over 400 more yards than any other quarterback in NFL history through that part of his career. It's impossible to summarize what this young man has done in just one graphic, but the highlights are ridiculous. He's the only player in history to post a perfect passer rating on the road twice. He's on pace to become the first player with 3,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards in a season, and he has a better touchdown to interception ratio right now than Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and some of the other names on your list. So there's a lot to talk about, I think, with Lamar Jackson in a lot of different ways, and I'm glad that we have this group assembled to do it. But I want to start with you, RC, because I've been promising this. What is the one word you would use to describe Lamar?
Revolutionary. And we've seen other quarterbacks play this position that we thought were dual threat or that could run the football. We've never seen one like this. And early on in the season, I said that. We've never seen someone at this position this talented at running the football. But I'm here to tell you we never will again. And everybody always says, who's going to be the next Lamar Jackson, or who's going to be the next Tom Brady? Who's going to be the next this? We won't see another Lamar Jackson. I remember when I was a huge Michael Jordan fan, and Michael Jordan came in the game, and he was doing things that other people couldn't. And I still think he's the best that ever played. But if I close my eyes or if I squint real hard and I watch Kobe Bryant, I say, man, that looks familiar. That's almost the exact same thing. We are not going to find somebody else that does what Lamar Jackson does.
I disagree with Jackson was a 3-star recruit. Remember, he was rated. He was a dual threat quarterback. I believe the dual threat quarterback connotation, by the way, was just created for athletes or black quarterbacks. So he's completely separated. Then they come in and there's colleges saying, we're going to make you a wide receiver, we're going to make you a wide receiver. So he had to get a promise from Bobby Petrino that he was going to play quarterback. His mother made sure that he was going to play quarterback. Yeah. Then all he does is step in, pass for over 9,000 yards, rush for over 4,000 yards, becomes a Heisman Trophy winner, and still the question that he had to answer was whether or not he's an NFL quarterback. Yeah. Should he be, at the combine, should he be running routes? Right. Now he has to prove the next season that he can be a starter. Like, he is a starting quarterback that can lead an entire team. At every single turn, Greeny, he has proven that he deserves to be a quarterback.
When Maria said his mom made sure he was going to play quarterback, she's not lying. Like, when I was in New York for the Heisman, his mom rolled up on me on some things she thought I said on our broadcast.
Not a game.
We had to straighten that out right away.
Not a game.
So
his
she
mom
is not lying. Yeah, exactly. I said,
Get it done. Get it done. You good? Yes, sir. What a night. Tan t-shirt night. Shot!
He'll keep it off the read option, gets around the left edge, 40, 45, far sideline, midfield, and steps out of bounds at the Jets' 45-yard line.
What a shot!
Jackson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, runs to the right, tucks inside the 10, and he's hit hard at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I'm good.
The pickup is enough to give Lamar Jackson the single-season rushing record for a quarterback in NFL history.
Congrats, boy. Love you, dog. I love you.
Jackson out of the gun. Hands off to Ingram, sweeping to the left. He's got an alley. He's got room. He's got a touchdown. Mark Ingram. And the Ravens strike first in Week 15.
Congrats, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
The other thing you can tell with Lamar Jackson is players, until they see him in person, cannot accurately gauge his speed. He is faster in person than they realize watching the game tape. Second down and 8. Lamar Jackson wants to throw, looks right, nothing there, dips in, runs. He's to the 25, 20, 15, 10, heading to the far side, 5, and he will step out of bounds there. Lamar Jackson. First and goal, Jackson rolls out to the right, pumps once, steps up, slings it, end zone, caught, touchdown, Miles Boykin, and the Ravens strike for a second time in the opening quarter.
Good job, man. Way to throw a dart. Make that throw. Big time. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go, y'all.
From the goal line, Lamar Jackson throws, end zone, touchdown Ravens. Mark Andrews on the receiving end. Mark Andrews sets the Ravens franchise record for the most touchdown receptions by a tight end with his 8th of the season.
Hey, that's you. Keep that record. Let's go.
And there is the soul of Lamar Jackson. It's a night where everybody's talking about him making the trip to the record book, and he wants his teammate, Mark Andrews, to get the spotlight, and he delivers.
Good job, man. Keep scoring. We're going to keep scoring. We're good. Got you.
Temperatures falling here at M&T Bank Stadium. Ravens need a bit of a spark to get this crowd up, get the energy flowing again.
We need to be scoring. We got to stop 2-3 times. We put the defense out there with no points.
4th and 1. Lamar Jackson and the offense want to go for it. They break the huddle. Gus Edwards in the backfield. Lamar Jackson wants to throw. Drifts to the right, trying to buy some time. Lobs it. He's got Andrews open midfield. He's got it. Jets 40. And he's taken out of bounds at the New York 35-yard line. First down, Ravens. Lamar Jackson on second down, wants to throw, goes to the end zone, looks for Seth Roberts and delivers a dime! Touchdown, Seth Roberts!
Let's go! Listen what the prophet Steph! Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. All day. Y'all keep it going.
Did anybody touch him that last play?
No. We good.
My guy got loose on me late.
Touchdown already.
Been a lot of fun tonight on a chilly night in Baltimore. Football weather has arrived. Lamar Jackson, 5 touchdown passes tonight, and the fun has begun.
Way to stay with me, Freaky L. L Freaky! That boy, Freaky Keys. That's Freaky Keys. Freaky. Oh my God. Hey, y'all funny. Hey, y'all. Had a t-shirt game. Wow. You got another banner. We need one more. Two more. Hey, we need two more.
I'm wearing my hat and t-shirt home.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm asleep in the t-shirt.
Me too.
Not the hat.
Me too.
Can you believe what we are seeing here based upon what he was as a college prospect and the fact when the quarterback he faced last night went 29 spots ahead of him in the same draft? Can you believe what we are seeing right now in a kid who seems as though he is sort of reshaping the sport before our eyes?
Yeah, I can believe what I'm seeing. I just didn't believe it would happen this fast or this quickly. And like you, Bobby, I watched him when he was at Louisville, and there were times he would sit in the pocket with no pressure and airmail a lot of balls. So we always talked about his passing ability or throwing in tight windows, and all of that has improved dramatically. It was like overnight, all of a sudden, he can throw in the tight windows. He has touch on the football. And, oh, by the way, he's fast as hell, and he scrambles and can still do all those amazing things. So for him to be doing it at this rate so quickly, I mean, it's phenomenal. I love it.
If he gets to 35 or 40 touchdown passes with what he's done running the ball, Lamar has to be in the conversation of the best season by a quarterback.
Here with Lamar Jackson, who has just been named the most valuable player in the NFL. Lamar, you go from being asked to change positions to winning the MVP as a quarterback. Is that just the power of believing in yourself?
That's the power of the Lord, but also believing in yourself. You know, you got to have confidence within yourself. Some people might say it's cocky, but you know what you're capable of, and the sky's the limit.
I know this isn't the trophy you wanted to be holding in Miami this week, but does that mean there's just one left to attain then?
I'm not going to say it's one left here, however many we going to get, you know. But like you said, yeah, it is one. We really want that. I really want that. I'm being selfish because I really want that trophy so bad for Baltimore, not just myself, but just that city because I love it there. The fans are great, the coaching staff, the whole organization, and my guys, like the guys who I'm around, man, I love it. I wouldn't want to be no other place.
You've said so many times that this wouldn't be possible without those guys around you. What would you say to your teammates tonight after this big win?
We here. We got us an MVP, baby. First time on offense in Baltimore, man. I owe it all to those guys, most definitely, especially with the offensive line, the bags, the tight ends, and that defense.
Anything you want to say to the Ravens fans tonight?
We got it. We didn't get what we wanted, but we got one of them. So we going to grind. I love you guys. And Flock Nation, baby.
Congrats again, Lamar.
Hold on, I got to credit Coach James Urban, too, as well. Coach Joshua Harris, Coach Peanut. Those my guys.
How do you get all the shout-outs in there? All right, congrats, Lamar. Enjoy this one.
Appreciate you guys.
After his MVP season in 2019, Lamar Jackson continued to be a key figure in the NFL and maintained his reputation as one of the league's most exciting quarterbacks. Let's discuss how he played from 2020 to 2023. In 2020, Jackson carried his exceptional form from his MVP campaign into the regular season. While he didn't replicate his record-breaking numbers from the previous year, he still had a highly productive season. Jackson displayed his dual-threat abilities, utilizing his speed, agility, and elusiveness to make explosive plays with his legs. He rushed for over 1,000 yards, becoming the first quarterback in NFL history to achieve that feat in consecutive seasons. In terms of passing, Jackson continued to develop his skills. He demonstrated improved accuracy and decision-making, showing a better understanding of reading defense and making the right throws.
Neely Bendabuti and his family, please welcome Lamar Jackson. At not quite 25 years old, Lamar has made an immeasurable impact on the University of Louisville, the city of Louisville. Number 8, which will forever overlook Cardinal Stadium. Congratulations, Lamar Jackson! Takes the snap, looking over the middle, fires, caught, touchdown, DeMarcus Robinson! And the Ravens extend the lead with their 4th touchdown of the opening half.
I like it. I like it.
Hey, our birthday Wednesday. Our quarterback ain't got to run no more. Come on, man. Come on, man.
6 touchdown passes here in the early going of the season for Lamar Jackson. Well, for a second week in a row, the Ravens running game is under 100 yards. The Ravens have only run for 78 yards this afternoon. Jackson in the shotgun, Mike Davis to his right. The Dolphins, 6 along the front.
Don't do it to him.
Jackson will keep it. He's got room. He's at the 30. It's a leg race, 40. Lamar Jackson midfield and going 40. One man to beat 30. He's to the 20. 10, 5, touchdown with a tumble.
Kiss him goodbye. Touchdown. He is electrifying.
With that touchdown, Lamar Jackson now sets the new NFL record for the most 100-yard rushing games by a quarterback. He is the only quarterback ever to have 11 of them. He breaks the tie that he had with Michael Vick at 10.
Watch film, get better, move on from it, and get ready for the Patriots. You know, we can't dwell on that. It's still early in the season. Like I said last week, we played the Jets when we won. And we got to focus. We got 15 more games left regular season.
Mic'd up. Tell everybody. Tell everyone. Tell everyone. Hey, one play at a time, baby. Hey, one play at a time, man.
There's one number that matters. Win. That's it. That's what I'm talking.
We good, man. Let's go score, man. Let's go score. Bro, we're not coming. Hey, man, we're not coming over here without no touchdown, bro.
The Ravens find themselves playing catch-up now. Best thing that can happen for the defense right now is for the Ravens offense to stay on the field for a while.
We're going to score. I'm going to show score.
Shut up!
Here's a chance to come alive, to go into the second half with a little bit of momentum. Can you put 7 on the board right here?
Shut up!
Ravens looking at a 3rd and 3. Jackson will keep it on the read option, runs up the middle, he's to midfield.
Let's go, man. Hey, we're not getting off this field out 6, man. Let's go, man.
We're going to score right here.
What a shot!
Jackson out of the gun, wants to throw. Lobs it deep inside the 10. He's got Rashad Bateman there. Bateman is hit. Penalty flag is down. It'll be pass interference. And the Vikings defense is going to give the Ravens offense a 1st and goal inside the 5.
Get out!
Jackson throws quickly. He's got a man wide open. Devontae Freeman. Touchdown Ravens. And how's that for a turn of events with 19 seconds left in the opening half?
Let's go.
And for Lamar Jackson, that is now 44 straight regular season games with either a passing or a rushing touchdown.
We needed that.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
needed
sir.
that.
Rich, baby. I got you. Rich, brother. Trust.
Beckham Jr. is heading to Baltimore on a 1-year deal worth up to $18 million.
Odell Beckham Jr. signs with the Ravens a day before. He goes and visits with the Jets in person, and the Ravens land Odell Beckham Jr. That actually happened on Easter Sunday.
Interesting move by the Ravens and OBJ. Totally didn't expect that.
Scale of 1 to 10, my shock level is at a 10 over this.
What a great move. This has worked for them before, and I hope it works for them again because the league's better when Odell is crushing it.
Thanks for coming out today. It's exciting for us and a great opportunity for us to announce Odell Beckham as our latest addition to the team.
Stafford going to the end zone, reaching up and making the grab. Odell Beckham Jr.
For Beckham, open, touchdown!
You know, we went into it knowing we were the underdogs, and sometimes it's a great story, sometimes the underdog wins. And we're thrilled to have him here today.
You know, for the last few months, there's been a lot of he say, she say.
I'm told that both sides are still not close to getting a deal done.
But for the next 5 years, it's a lot of flock going on. Let's go, baby. Let's go, man. Can't wait to get there. Can't wait to be there. Can't wait to light up M&T for the next 5 years, man. Let's get it.
We have some major breaking news.
The team officially has announced a new 5-year agreement with Lamar Jackson.
In this league, if you want to win a Super Bowl, you have to have one of the top headline players at quarterback. And now,
whoa, finally. We got a packed house. Thanks for coming, everybody. This is a great press conference. Very excited, thrilled to announce a 5-year contract extension with our quarterback, Lamar Jackson.
I want to be a Raven. Like I said something 2018, you know, I think it was April 26th, if I'm not mistaken. And I meant that, you know, I'm standing on that until I get it done. So I really wanted to get this done before anything, before my time up and branch off somewhere else. You know, I really want to finish my career here and win the Super Bowl here.
with him, they have that answer. And now they have to put the building pieces around him. And really, they're a championship caliber team right now.
right, fellas, so new week, new challenge, man. It's gonna be a good one. All right, Seattle, and this is what it's about right here, Al.
Hyped up today. Be great. Let's get it.
Yeah, all right, we're midway through the season, and this is what it's about right here, Al. Battle of South Florida, big dog. Let's get it, man. All right, here we go. Championship quarterback, as we do each week. All right, Sunday success will start today, right? And how do we win? We win by executing our process to prepare at the highest level. And the stuff that we've been talking about over the weekend is that we really gotta raise it to the next level, right? Especially having 3 home games and a road game to a Thursday game, you know, heading into our bye week, right? So we talk about rest, just making sure we take care of our bodies and health with you and the things that you want to do with your body, just communicating and being on top of that, man, because you're playing great, you're looking great. Let's keep those feels going.
Well, the Ravens made history this year by hiring T. Martin as quarterbacks coach. That gave them the first all-black quarterback room that we know of in NFL history.
I think I was just sitting around the room one day and looking around and just kind of recognized that, you know, it was just us in there, all African-American quarterbacks and former quarterbacks, and with Kerry Dixon being there as well. And at that moment, it hit me. And I didn't even say anything to the guys because I didn't want it to be about that at that moment. And I went home and I was talking to my wife, and I got kind of choked up because I was just like, you're talking about coming a long ways, not as just players, but to have the coaches in the room as well.
In the league, all across the board, every level, collegiate level, NFL, and it's great for me to be a part of it.
For so long, you had to be a straight drop back quarterback. If you were anything else, you weren't going to play. Finally, the NFL said, we are not going to take you and shoehorn you into our offenses. It's going to reverse. We're going to take what you do and let you do what you do. Lamar exemplifies what has happened here. Think about it. He comes out of a non-Power 5 school with a little bit of an unusual skill set for the pros. So he is asked at the combine if he was going to run the 40 because maybe he'll be a good receiver. And so that is in 2018 with the NFL getting ready to celebrate 100 years of football. And Lamar is still experiencing that. What happens to Lamar after his rookie season? The Ravens say, we like you. We like what you're doing. They hand him the keys to the franchise, basically. And it's just completely different. And then he's MVP in his first full year as a starter. So that just tells you how football has changed. It tells you how the view of black quarterbacks has changed. It was just such an affirmation, such an exclamation point that you can play like this in the pros now. So I think he's fundamentally has changed the quarterback position.
Blocking out the noise again. We're midway through the season, and it's all about keeping the main thing. What's that? Is winning. That's all that matters, and you know it. Really like your attitude and how you're approaching everything. More everybody. But let's just keep that message throughout our offense, and we'll be the best.
I think they like the relatability of how I can connect with being a former player, being a former quarterback, and relating to the style of play. The way Lamar plays and Snoop and Josh was very similar to the style of how my game was, but those guys are a lot better.
Me, Josh, Snoop, he wants us to be perfect, and every morning he got something like a championship quarterback and what you being a championship quarterback, and he always tell me like, I'm gonna grade you harder than probably anybody else will, and I'm cool with that, because I'm hard on myself, and I know I want to be great, and so does he. As our coach, he want all us to be great.
I think one of the unique things about this quarterback room is you have 3 quarterbacks at different stages of their career. Lamar, former MVP in his prime, one of the superstars in the league. Snoop's a young quarterback who I believe has really been helped being around Lamar. And then now Josh Johnson, the veteran who's really seen it all, done it all, been in all types of situations. He's someone that both Lamar and Snoop can talk to about some of the things that he's been through.
We all work together, and there's some stuff that Lamar talks to me about, and some things that he talks to Josh about, or Kerry. And because we're all different in terms of our personalities, but I think that's so really cool because we're all playing quarterback, and ultimately, we're all fans of Lamar's. I told him that earlier in the week. I said, I can't wait to see you because I'm your biggest fan. And a lot of what I put into my job is going out and seeing him perform the way he does on Sundays.
But talking about showing up and showing out mentally and physically every day, it's the habit of a champion. And I love your competitiveness and how every day, you don't want to give the defense anything. And just keep on doing that, man, because like we talked about earlier in the season, and put this one back on here, is there are no time limits or alarms on greatness. Like however much time you take or how much time you need, whether it's your body or film watching, grabbing me, Mark, Kerry, whoever, all right, to spend the time that you need to play the way that you want to play. Like, it's no time limits, all right?
I would get really mad when I would read articles about what Lamar Jackson couldn't do because I was the receiver coach at the time. Oh, he can't throw this type of pass. And I'm like, he does it every day. And I just couldn't wait for the opportunity to be his coach when it was presented to where I could have a part in saying, let's go out and show people.
Jackson, a magician. Touchdown, Lamar!
The electricity in his legs, unbelievable.
The play of the day, Lamar
Jackson shake and bake for the touchdown.
Are you kidding me? I think what we're seeing this year is maturity from a player that is coming into his own and has complete command of his skills and is starting to have command of this offense, and that allows him to lead and also make plays and play that wild freestyle that he has within the confines of a really, really well-structured offense from Todd Monken. I think Lamar Jackson's playing at an MVP level, and I still think there's still levels for Lamar to hit.
Jackson takes it himself.
T, obviously, being the quarterback's coach, along with Todd Monken and the entire staff, they're helping Lamar, I feel like, see things and have control of the field. And that's what you want. No matter what the play call is, when Lamar gets to the line of scrimmage, if he sees something else that he wants to do, you want him to have the ability to get them into a better play. So yeah, I think this is just the floor. I think the ceiling could be very high for this offense, not just this year, but moving forward for the next 2, 3, or 4 years, where Lamar should really be entering his prime year. So even though I think he's playing really well, I really don't think we've seen the best of what's going to be.
The most unique and special part about Lamar Jackson to me is the person he is, the man he is, the father he is. Just getting to know him as a human being makes sense to how he's the player and why he's the player that he is. And then on the field, he is the most competitive natured player I've been around. He wants to win at everything. He has a photographic memory and he has a recall about things that's unique. Like, a lot of stuff is talent, but he can recall and tell you exactly what he saw. And when he starts to explain things, you're like, oh, no. This dude is different.
But you're the best in the world, and just keep reminding us every day. And I put us on there because I like seeing it. All right, so let's keep being you, keep dominating, man.
Jackson looking end zone, touchdown!
We're his biggest fans, and we're here to help him be the best that he can be. And so the guy's amazing, and on Sundays, he shares it with the rest of the world. We're the lucky ones that get a chance to see it every day.
2019 unanimous MVP and two-time Pro Bowler quarterback Lamar Jackson.
How's your heart, man? Good to go? Clear? Yes, sir. Let's go do this, man.
Jackson off a play fake, rolls to the right, throws down the middle, complete. He's got Andrews at 30, sidesteps one tackler and stretches the play out to the 33-yard line. Lamar wants to throw, going deep, far sideline, and he overthrew Bateman at the Seattle 40-yard line. Bateman had a step behind the defender, but Lamar led him by about 5 yards too many.
Ah! Ain't no wind blowing. I gotta let that go like touch.
Yeah, this one.
No, it's great. Cuz. I ain't like that throw. I should have stepped up. That's what I said. Like, I should have stepped up in the pocket and held him. I really got to get a feel for how they gonna rush me.
With the backer though, and that's why I'm marking this guy open.
Hey, he was so open, I had to make sure there wasn't nobody running. I say that supposed to be 6 though, but March hit my back. I'm trying to get all the yards we need.
Lamar Jackson is the league MVP if he beats the 49ers Monday. Is that right or wrong?
Or depends. Right? I don't have to make an answer. You can't force me to. That is not why I'm paid. Listen, Lamar Jackson has to go out and play well. We have to be the Lamar that we've seen carry this team both in the pass game and in the run game. You're playing against the San Francisco 49ers, who are a great defense. And it's also possible that the Baltimore Ravens can execute defensively to keep
Spoken like a true Steeler. He's sitting here in his Morticia pinstripe black outfit on. Nothing but ice spots where his heart used to be, hating on the Ravens. Of course, yes.
Lamar is the MVP.
Listen. Brock Purdy may be the fifth most important person on this team. Lamar Jackson is doing everything. He's playing better now than he did during his MVP season. He's buying time with his legs. Even when you pick right as a defense, he still has a way to make that a positive play.
Thank you all for watching this video. We hope you found it informative and enjoyable. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more great videos in the future. Thank you once again, and have a wonderful day.